The House passed its budget proposal last week. Does it fully fund K-12 education?
I'm so happy to say yes, finally, after nearly 8 years of working on this, we are finally going to fully fund education with the House budget on this topic. Really, the primary area that we're funding in the budget is for our salaries for teachers. We've got to be able to recruit and retain high quality teachers, and we've got such a teacher shortage right now that we're not able to do that. Hopefully with competitive salaries, that will be one thing that will help us get there. Secondly, we're making sure that we're investing in kids where there's an opportunity gap. Kids who maybe are on the borderline of not being able to advance in school, and there are some great programs that we can invest in to make sure that every single kid in this state gets to move forward at the pace that they can move forward at. And then guidance counselors. We want to make sure that kids are successful both in school and out of school. One of the things we know is that if kids are going to school hungry, tired, if they're homeless, if there's domestic violence in their home, then they are not going to be able to be successful. And it really doesn't matter, even if we build the best quality schools with the best teachers in the world, if kids are coming to school hungry and homeless, they are not going to be able to learn. So we've got to join those things together and make sure that we're giving kids a really well-rounded opportunity.
How would these education investments be funded?
Well, one of the most important things I hope people will understand is that we are not going to fund our kids' education at the expense of other needed social services that our kids and families need. This is a family-first budget that we've proposed, which means education is really important. But again, we've got to make sure that we don't have kids who are in homelessness. We don't have kids that have families where there's significant mental health issues that are being untreated. So we're making sure that we make significant investments in those areas too. And we do that by passing a revenue package that has a number of different revenue streams coming into Washington State government to pay for these things. Those hearings are being held this week in our House Finance Committee. I am particularly excited because one of the things in that revenue package is a capital gains tax. It's something that I've championed for the last 4 years, and I'm hoping it'll make it across the finish line this year.
What are some of the other highlights in the House Democrats' budget aside from education?
Well, there are lots of them, but three that I'll just highlight for you are our mental health budget. We invest $350 million in mental health, making sure that people get the treatment in the right place at the right time. Secondly, public health, to make sure that we're dealing with the opioid crisis, as well as the many different communicable disease outbreaks that we've had going on throughout the state. And the final one I'm really excited about is we hold tuition even for higher education, both at the community and technical college level and at the 4-year level this year. So no increase in tuition, and we actually invest in the state need grant. This is really going to help students, and I'm excited that we're doing it. And I'm taping this on the 50th anniversary of the founding of our community and technical college system, which is a great system for so many students in our state.
So what's the next step in the process?
Both the House and the Senate have passed their budgets out of their respective houses in the last couple of weeks, and so we're about ready to go into negotiations over the things that are different between the House and the Senate budgets. The governor also has his own budget, so all three of us need to agree on one final budget in order to pass that. And I think, there are some significant areas where we're different from one another, but the other challenge is going to be how we go about funding these things. And so the finance package that I talked about earlier, it's going to be very important to see how we're able to move that forward. But I think first we have to all agree on what it is we want to fund, and then we can see how we work on the financing package.
And what's special about springtime on the Capitol campus?
Well, as you can see, we have one of the most beautiful Capitol campuses in the nation, and the cherry blossoms are out. This is the week for someone to come down and visit, and I really do invite people to come down and visit because there's nothing like seeing these beautiful cherry blossoms out, the daffodils and all of the greenery and the flowers that are out around the Capitol campus. It really energizes we members to do good work, and I'd invite members of the public to come down and see this beautiful space and to help us on our work in the next couple of weeks.